Hello, today I'm going to give you an introduction to TPen. Once you log on, this homepage will appear, and the first thing to do is select which manuscript you would like to work with. So give it a click, and this will take you to the Transcription Project Management page. So over on the left is the Project Selection column. You'll see that the manuscript you selected from the home page is now the active project. If you ever want to change the project, you can select from this column here. Just click on the button. In the middle, you have the current metadata summary. So to update the metadata for your project, click on Update Metadata. And this will take you to the project metadata page. So you can just add more information. And then click on Save and Update. And then click on Return to Project Management. Before you start transcribing, you want to click on the Options tab so you can select your dictionary preferences. And just go down to the Transcription Tools box down here to the bottom right corner. And you have different dictionaries that you can select. So click on the French dictionary and then click Save Tool Preferences to enable the French dictionary during your transcription. So to start transcribing, you just select which folio you want to start with from the drop-down menu and click on it, and TPen will retrieve the image. The screen will turn blue, and then the image will pop up on the left-hand side, and then your toolbox will be on the right-hand side. So the first thing you want to do is create columns. And to do that, you go to Column Controls and click. And then you click on Adjust or Create Columns. And then you scroll over to the left-hand side, and you'll see as you cursor over the boundary of the column, your cursor will turn into an arrow. And just click and drag to fit the column. And you do that for all the sides. So that the text will fit in the column. And if you have a miniature, as in this case, you can start the column below the miniature. And if you need to create a second column, just click on the folio image and a square will appear. And again, when you cursor over the square, your cursor will turn into an arrow, and just click and drag. So once you have your two columns, the next step is to put in lines. So click on Line Controls, and then click on Add Lines. And all you do is cursor over to the left-hand side into the columns, and lines will appear. And click it one time, and you'll see the alternating colors indicating where you're creating the lines. If you have an extra line, click on the Delete Merge Lines button, and then cursor over to the area where there's an extra line and click, and the line will go away. And something else you can do is adjust the line length. Click on Adjust Lines and go over to the left-hand side, and on the right edge of each line, when you cursor over, it'll turn into an arrow, and you can click and drag to adjust the line size. Once you have all the lines arranged the way you want, you're ready to start transcribing. Click on Return to Transcribing. TPen will take you to your transcription page, and your toolbox will appear in the middle of the page. So you have your dictionaries, including your French dictionary that you added with the Options tab. And you have your text box where you'll be entering your transcription. And the line you're working on will appear up here in the red box. So all you have to do is type the line into the text box, and then click on Next Line, or you can hit the Tab button as a shortcut, and this automatically saves your transcription. and you move on to the next line and type that transcription. And you'll see the previous line will be up here as you transcribed it. And you can click on previous line if you need to navigate back to make changes. And the other way to navigate through your transcription is also by using the previous page button and the next page button. So one helpful feature from the toolbar that you can use while transcribing is the View Full Page button. So click on it, and when you do that, the full page will appear on the right-hand side. And if you click on the Magnify button, a magnifying glass will appear, and then you can cursor over the part you're working on in order to zoom in. You can also compare your transcription page to other pages in the manuscript. Just click on Compare Pages. You come up to the drop-down menu and you select another page you would like to compare it to. TPen will retrieve it. And again, you can click on the magnifying glass to zoom in on parts of interest. And this way, you can compare other pages in the manuscript to the page you're working on. So to create a button for your transcription, click on Change Buttons from the toolbar, and this will take you to the button management page. Next, click on Custom XML tab, and this will take you to your button descriptions. So you just type in the one box the description of your button, and then in the next box you type in what you want to appear in your text. And then click Save Changes, and then click Return to Transcribing. To use your buttons, click on XML tags from the toolbox, and your buttons will appear down here. Next, click on the part of the text where you want your description to appear, and then click on the button and the text that you had designated. And then to set the parameter, you go over to the right-hand corner of the text box and click on the red button, and TPen will automatically set the parameter for you. So we can do that again with the rubric. Click on the rubric button, and then go down to where the rubric ends. Click on the text box, and then click on the red button, and your parameter is all set. To add a note to a line of transcription, click on the Add Notes button on the right side of your text box, and a second text box will appear underneath, and this is where you're going to type your notes. And again, you click on Next Line to save the changes, and you'll see that the notes appear underneath the line of transcription. TPen also has a collaborative space where you can share the work that you do on your project with team members that you designate. Be sure to verify that your team has logged on to TPen and create an account before adding them to your collaborative space. To access a collaborative space, click on the Collaboration tab from the Transcription Project Management page. On the left-hand side of the page, you will see a list of group members for your project. To add a new member to your team, click on the Modify Project Team button. The list of team members will appear again, and at the bottom of the page there is a space for you to add a new group member. Type in the email that the member uses for TPen, and then click on the Submit button. As your team works on the project, a record of each member's activity will appear on the far right of the page. You can add your own notes if you click on Add a Note to the Log, or you can view a larger version of the log in a separate window. This way your team members can keep track of each other's work. Once you've finished transcribing a page, you're ready to export the transcription. Before you do that, click on the Preview button from the bottom of the toolbar. And down the right-hand side, you will see a preview of the transcription of the page. So before you export your document, verify that all of your lines are correct. And if they are, and you're finished, you click on Export Transcription. And this will take you to the Export page, and you can also access this from your Transcription Project Management page. It's just under the Export tab. So first, select which format you would like your transcription to be in. Then, select what information you would like to appear with the transcription. Export range, you select the range of folios you would like to export out. We're just going to do the first page. And then you select your tag options. So you select how you want the tags to appear in your transcription text, or you can also choose to hide them if you don't want them in there. You can also select where you want your notes, if you want them beneath each line, or if you don't want them at all. And you can also select what layout you would like, if you'd like to start a new line or have a continuous text. So once you've done that, you download file, just click on the button, and then you have your transcription. So we have our metadata, and then we have the transcription.